The first assignment, which is due September 27th within the 4 parts of the Research to Practice assignment, is your annotated bibliography. Now, it's important that you have taken your library, looked through your library module and taken your library quiz this week, being the week of September 1st. So you should have that library quiz done by the end of the week of September 1st. And once you have that library module done, you should start thinking about your topic. Talk to me about your topic. Make sure that it's okay. You can have a short 10-15 minute conversation with me, either via Skype, phone, or in person, just to make sure that your topic is a good one and meets the needs of this course. And once you've done that, you want to start your library research. You're going to need a minimum of 5 resources that are related to the topic. Of these 5, 3 must be empirical, peer-reviewed research studies. So that means that they need to be actual studies, and they need to be in journals that are considered peer-reviewed. The other 2 should fit into one of a couple different categories. So the other 2 resources can be an edited book chapter, can be a lit review, it could be a meta-analysis, it could be an invited article, or some sort of a practitioner-based article that's focused on research applications. I don't want you just going on Wikipedia and using that as a source. I really want you to do library research and get your articles and resources from the library and not just a quick Google search. When you go to write your annotated bibliography, I love using OWL from Purdue as a great resource. I suggest or highly encourage you to check out the link that's available on the syllabus. So it's this link right here. And it's expected that you use APA 6th edition, and it's also expected that for your annotations, you're going to do 3 things. One is you're going to summarize the information from the article. 2 is you're going to assess the information, and 3, you're going to reflect on the chosen article. So let's click on this link here and go to the OWL website really quickly. So you see, when you get to the OWL website, when they talk about annotated bibliographies, to summarize, you're summarizing the source. What are their main arguments? What's the point? What topics are covered? What would you say about it? Then there's assessing. So after you summarize it, it's helpful to evaluate it. So was it useful? How does it compare with other sources in your bibliography? Is the information reliable? What's the goal? So you can answer any of these questions depending on what you're annotating. And finally, there's the reflection. So once you've summarized and assessed it, how does it fit into your resource? So is it helpful? Is this something you see being able to use? Are you going to be able to use it in your paper? Maybe in your, it's more of a practitioner focus, so maybe you're using it in your application tool. So how are you going to use it, and how does it help you shape your argument? Is this a fall under one of the main 2 themes that you're going to be using? So you want to talk a little bit about, reflect a little bit on that. And so for our particular class, you're going to do all 3, summarize, assess, and reflect. Annotated bibliographies might include some or all of these. For our case, it's going to include all of these. And you're going to use APA. So you can go to this APA handout if you need information on how to do APA. So, and then there's a couple of different examples down here as to what an annotated bibliography is. So when you do this assignment, what you're going to realize is that I have a rubric, and I follow that rubric for grading. And so you want to make sure for your annotated bibliography, you have your 5 appropriate sources, your references are in APA 6th edition, and that you're summarizing, assessing, and reflecting on these articles as part of your annotation. And that's really where the 9 points are going to come in. So there's no surprises here as to where you're getting your points. So you want to make sure that this is what you're doing. To show you an example of an annotated bibliography from a previous semester, this particular student was answering the question, how will utilizing differentiated instruction increase student performance in elementary classrooms? And so she has her bibliography. So she has her APA formatted reference, and then she has her annotations. So the article is intended to display how differentiating methods can impact the learning needs of students in the classroom. The authors describe differentiated methods of teaching and further critique the ways to implement these methods in the classroom. There's 2 major examples that are highlighted throughout the article. These are then analyzed to depict how the methods are utilized and how effective the methods are in the classroom. And it's summed up with a discussion section where they describe various methods and their usefulness for diverse learning styles. It does a good job of highlighting examples of how to use differentiated instruction, helping students within the classroom. That's assessing right there, the article. And this is over here is summarizing. This first line is also assessing. And then the article will be used to provide support for one of my 2 themes or main ideas for the remaining assignments. That's evaluating where it's going to be. And so then she goes on to do the same thing with other articles here. So the Reading Teacher is a peer-reviewed journal article. Education Digest is not. Journal for the Education of the Gifted is another peer-reviewed journal article, and she goes again and provides more information again. The authors of this research study focused on differentiating methods, so on and so forth. It provides good evidence for the need to increase professional development in order to enhance differentiated instruction. It's part of the second main idea or theme that's being focused on. And you can go on and talk about how it relates to maybe another article that might be talking about that same theme, or it agrees with, or it disagrees with, or it provides a counter argument, if that is what it is. So there's five annotations here, most of them from peer-reviewed journal articles. I think there was only one that wasn't. Again, you have to have 3, and so that's pretty much what an annotated bibliography is. And I'm happy to answer any further questions about that as questions arise.